People, check out these amazing promotions that we have this week on the Beeline Entertainment LLC. And if you're interested in promoting on our shows, we want to see it. We know you have amazing content. Just hit us up, send us a message. We there. Check it out. People, the Beeline Entertainment LLC is proudly sponsored by Round Guys Brewing Company. That's right, get amazing crafted beers shipped straight to you. Round Guys Brewing Company. Check them out today at the link below.
Yes, you are, yes, you are, yes, you are the only one, 'cause there's something special about you.
Hi everybody, hi boys and girls, how are you all doing today? You want to come on with me, Brian B, and sing and play and dance and laugh and have a great time? Well, guess what? You about to anyway, because yo, it's Tuesday, baby, Tuesday, another Tuesday. I miss y'all. Y'all just saw me last week, but I miss y'all. I love doing this. I'd do this forever if I could. This one long again, like we keep doing these long podcast segments and stuff like that, or whatever, web show pod, whatever. But yo, listen, it's another Tuesday, and we back on the line with your boy Brian B. It's me, and we got a great show for you once again. We got a guest. He's in the waiting room, chilling out, hanging out, and it's gonna be somebody that you're very familiar with. I mean, you just saw us talking together, but he's got a lot going on, and we're gonna get to know what he's doing next. And guess what? Hey, don't tell nobody. Don't tell nobody. But I might be a part of it. Let's find out if I'm a part of it. 3, 2, 1, let's go.
Straight to the point, baby.
It's going down in
3, 2, 1.
People, it's your boy
Brian B.
Let's go.
Back on the Beeline. I'm looking forward to it. I'm so excited.
Is the influence you have.
Again with strangers.
You gotta be a clean baby's ass.
Hold on real quick.
Knows the hands of fate.
People, it's your boy, Brian B. Welcome to the Beeline Web Show. Let's go. Yes, that's right. That's what I'm talking about. Welcome, guys. Welcome, boys and girls, everybody, whoever, your pets, your frogs, your cats, your fish, whatever you got, your dinner, whatever you're eating. Yo, thank you guys so much. Once again, if you haven't already, make sure that you liked, make sure that you share, make sure that you subscribe, because the Beeline is here. It ain't going nowhere. We got the entertainment show coming on Thursday. We got all this other stuff going on. People are singing. People are going. Yo, listen, my energy was always at like 100. Now it's on like 1,000,000. Like, I don't even know where to go. I can't even go down from here. But yo, ladies and gentlemen, like I said, we do have a podcast on with us today, and you know him very well because you just saw us do the New Year's, you just saw us do the Thanksgiving, you just saw us talking it up, we're doing some new stuff going on. But ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, I want to introduce my guy, Mr. Djsteady from the Whodeywantentllc podcast.
Hey, I love the energy. So this is what it feels like to sit on the other end and get all that exciting introduction energy. So,
Yes,
man,
sir.
I appreciate it.
Sir. No, man, thank you for coming on, man. I've been having so much fun talking with you guys since we met, man. I mean, it's crazy. You know, I think I said this on the show when we were doing the Thanksgiving special. But one thing that my girl has said to me was like, you know, I'm making friends, and it's like really, like, you don't think of it, because it's sort of like when internet dating started. Remember internet dating started? Everybody was like, oh, no, that's not real.
For me, that's not a thing. Everybody,
right?
But then low key, you find out when you use your friend's phone, they had an AirG account
all day. Match.com, all of that shit. Yeah, but that's what it's like, man. It's like, you know, we're meeting each other, cool ass people, good conversations and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? The only difference is you there, I'm here, like all over the planet. It takes you back to that AOL day. Remember the AOL, the
Yeah,
instant
no
messenger
doubt.
days?
And
Oh man,
everybody links up now. You know what I'm saying? I love
yeah,
that because now we create our own community.
for
Well,
real.
we all can have different views, different backgrounds, belief systems, whatever it is, but we can
Yeah,
meet on common turf. You know what I'm
exactly.
saying? And hear everybody out. And it's never been no belittlement. I feel like in my career, like for the past going on 3 years, like I ain't looking for no drawbacks on like who feels otherwise about what I ain't doing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I
for
self-check my
sure.
own self. So
Yeah,
that's why I did take this end of the year break or the last month of the year, to kind of give myself that balance I need to hit the
yeah,
ground running. You know what I'm saying? So this is
yeah.
it.
Much respect, man. Yeah, much respect. Doing this podcast thing, Beeline. I'm actually trying to move away from the like the podcast. Like I'm trying to be something different. I'm trying to be something that I've learned also with doing like audio podcasts and stuff like that or whatever. Like
Right.
I'm not really too big on the audio. I'm just not my thing. I like to be live. I like to be like whatever. But I respect it, you know what I mean? But I'm trying to make it more of like a show. I want this to be a show, man. If I can get like, enough time to do all the crazy gifts and all the stuff whatever around me all the time, I would have that consistently. But
Absolutely.
I'm trying to make moves, man. And like you said, congratulations first off on, almost doing 3 years, man. It's definitely an accomplishment. This is something that I don't think a lot of people know what this podcast web series stuff is creating, man. It's a community, like you said, bro. It's crazy that I don't think a lot of people still to this day think of it that way. But if
Nah,
in it,
we get stereotyped still, you know what I'm saying? Because you got the older generation that don't know what it is, and
yeah.
then you got the younger cats that ain't too thrilled on trying to explain exactly what
Mm,
it is. You still trying to tell them that it's like Tom, John, and Steve Harvey, what they do when they get up and have their morning cup of coffee before they go to work. It's what we
yeah.
doing, but we're just more internet based with our projects.
Yeah, yeah, that is true, man. It's a good way to look at it as well. And also, like, so much can be done. Like, people like Steve Harvey, these guys are established, before, a lot of times before they even hit the microphone. Like, you have the, you have the ability now to sit in your basement or in your bedroom
Yeah,
and get discovered just there. Like these are guys that were sleeping in their cars. These are guys who were doing all this crazy stuff and going through the struggle. And we can literally get discovered in our, in our garage or wherever we got our setup and stuff like that or whatever. And it's crazy experience, to know both sides or whatever. So it's like you said, man, it is a flooded market too. And I keep paying attention to that. But it is that transition period where it's like the substance is definitely mattering,
yeah.
just like with music, just like with TV, all of that stuff. The substance is what's mattering. And the longer I'm doing this, I'm starting to realize like people like myself, people like you, people like, a lot of other podcasters that we know and we've seen, like, you're taking it seriously. It's a business. It's not just, hey, I'm in front of my camera talking shit. Like, you
Nah.
know, yeah,
And then
something
you
new.
gotta look at the silent battles of mental health battles and,
Mm,
the suicide rates and us kinda still being the voice. You know what I'm saying? We may not publicly announce that we're advocates for it,
yeah,
but we know when we deliver our strongest opinions against a certain thing that it matters to that person that's silently in that room. You know what I'm saying? We are
yeah.
that voice that could make a difference. Like you coming on with the energy you had at the beginning of the show might have just made somebody put a gun down or, close a pill bottle up
Woo,
or,
man.
what I'm saying? It's all about your delivery system and you have an incredible energy. You know what I'm saying? Even though we ain't even 30 minutes in and I'm like, yo, this just lifted my mood up for the holidays even more, you know?
Yeah, yeah, for sure. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, listen, damn, you just hit me with one because I didn't even think of stuff like that. Yo, listen, that there's something else. Like there's so much that you get from, and I'm gonna be even bigger with it. There's so much that you get from just doing something, man. I think that's like a huge message. I'm trying to teach that to my kids. I always got to go back to them.
Yeah.
But it's so much that you get from doing something. You always have a plan. You always have an idea of what it's going to be, or what you think it's going to be, or what you want to do. But then you do it, and you discover all these other avenues and outlets that you're getting from doing what you're doing. Like you just said, I never would have thought to myself, like, hey, somebody just, scrolling through my page and they're just struggling, crying in their day, and they look at me and they smile real quick, and it changes their whole mentality on some shit. It's a
Right.
possibility. I mean, yeah, damn, I'm scared now. I don't know if I should keep talking.
I know, right? I was heavy with
Pressure.
it, but no. It's just how you gotta have a thing. Like, this is our legal binding contracts to the world now. Like, us going
Mm,
live or, pre-planning any recordings that we're gonna do for the future of whatever we're gonna do is like, you got to know once you in that virtual studio or in your home office that this is it. This is that moment. I done had a crappy 9 to 5 day at work. So my 6 to 10, turn of the cheek
yeah,
and I'ma dive in and be a whole nother character. Imma be my alter ego, with a
yeah,
dash of what I was today, because I gotta still vent about the events from earlier today. And then somebody else gonna pick up and go, "You know what, man?" You know what I'm saying? This is things I'm thinking like, we should add call-in lines to, like, our
yeah, yeah,
podcast
for
some
real.
kinda way. Like, just putting it out for any of us content creators, like, we should have call-in lines and have people to just they don't have to be on long, just a quick come in, shout out, tell us how their day was, and maybe we give them an affirmation that they can walk away from and hope that
Yeah.
changes their betterments.
That's a good idea, man. Hey, listen, that's a good idea. I mean, we in a whole new year now. I mean, it's a lot of changes, like like you said, and it's funny that you started with this conversation because literally, I've been working crazy, like trying to do all the stuff that I'm doing right now, and
Right,
I took like a break. Like I haven't watched TV, I haven't watched anything. Like I literally have just been get off my job, push my cart out the damn way, and then come on my desk and start working. I got a lot of shit I'm trying to do, and I took a break and I ate something. Like today, I haven't eaten a single thing. But I took a break and I ate something yesterday, and I put on my boy. He had his 3 year anniversary special, so I was like, "Oh, let me check it out." Real, I always stop in, like show a little love and stuff like that, or whatever.
right,
And he had a guy on. It was two guys. It was another podcast that he had on, and that and they was talking. And it's crazy how like I started listening to it for a little while. This is like maybe 5 or 6 minutes, but it was a guy on, and he was older, kind of heavy set guy, and he was kind of speaking about like his new year, like what he would like for his new year and stuff like that. And I've been thinking nothing but the show, like the show and the business has been everything, like consuming me at this point. There's nothing that doesn't stop with this now. And this guy came on, and he was literally like, "Hey man, one big thing I want to pay attention to this year is my health." And
right,
he was saying it, and he was describing like in detail, like, yeah, the doctors, they kind of don't know what's wrong with me. I know that I have to make it my mission to lose some weight and take control of my life. And he says something that stuck with me, and is probably the reason why I was able to not eat today and not really care. But he said, I have to make myself work for me. He said, I
mm,
need to eat, I need to stop eating for fun and start eating for medicine. And when he said that, it hit me in a different way, that like a phrase like that has never hit me.
no,
Like,
yeah,
I've been working out and gaining weight and working out and gaining weight my whole fucking life. This has been
yeah,
the biggest I ever been. But when he said that shit, like I was like, wait a minute. Like I stopped by. I took maybe it was like 15 minutes. I was sitting there before I jumped up and did something. But when he said that, a guy on a podcast, he isn't known, not everywhere, all over the planet and stuff like that. I just
right.
was at the right place at the right time to hear that message. And I really feel like that affected how I'm going through life at this point. I'm thinking differently because of what he said. That's the power of this shit, man. You
It
you
is.
don't you don't never know what's going to happen or what's going to transition. Your thinking and your thought process just from somebody getting on a mic and speaking freely. And it does go both ways, because you can hear some shit you don't want to hear too. But
Yeah,
the power that had, and I'm not an easily persuaded person, man. But when he said that, I was like, man, listen, I need to be this man. I'm thinking, not enough about that subject. It's very real. It's very true. But that shit spoke to me, man.
but see,
So,
that's what they call soul food, right? That's the
mm,
ultimate real soul food because it nurtures your soul. You felt it in your
yeah,
spirit and you reacted differently, you transitioned differently.
yeah,
And
man.
then take a sip of water through the day and you might have had a lunch break and be like, I can go, but then you're like, nah, I'm gonna go ahead and do something different. Like now your drive is up higher than that. Of course, you're still gonna eat
Yeah.
because you got to, but like you said, you gotta eat medicine. Medicine it could be, it's what Dr. Sebe was, rest in peace to the king,
Yes.
but it's kind of what he was on before that ultimate demise of you gotta look at what you put in your body. You gotta look at even when it comes to having conversations, you still have to receive that in your ears to process it, to react to certain things. That's why
Yeah.
mental health is very important to me now, like more than ever now, because just the rates of suicide have just been got me looking in my mirror like, man, people be out here just at ends wits and then would looking you in your face and smile and just probably throw their hand up at you, get in their
Yeah.
car and boom. And then you
Yeah.
go, it's always that cliche. I just spoke to him. I just texted him. I just saw him. We just had lunch.
And that's what's
And
so scary, man. Yeah. That's what's
yeah,
literally so scary. But yeah, it's so many different the fact that you can't see it, man. Like it's just the silence is always what's the scariest shit, man. It's like everything that's outward. People who are obviously disgruntled, people are obviously mad. They're venting that emotion, but the people who are dealing with an internal battle to where it's just you don't know where their breaking point is. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
Like, and then when that breaking point just happens, everybody's fucking shocked because that person has been putting on a persona for however long they felt they needed to. And
Mm,
I do think it is an important conversation. I do think a big part of it is because there is so much exposure. Just like I was just saying before, the same way that I'm able to take that guy and what he said, exactly what he said could have been completely interpreted differently. And somebody
yeah.
in our same position, somebody can be like, "Man, he's right. Maybe I'll never feel like this." And next thing you know, his state is crumbling because he's like, "Damn, this guy's doing what he got to do, but I can't get myself together." And I took it positively and let it build me up, and somebody
And
else
then
can
the
take it.
opposite person then went and bought a bottle of opioids and fentanyl and what he
Fucking
said,
crazy.
medicines. We gotta feed medicines. And
Yeah,
that
man.
wasn't
Yeah.
what he spoke on. You know what I'm saying? So you have to
Yeah.
tread lightly in this world now because we've watched the destruction of our amendment system this year. We watched
Mm,
censorship take us to an all-time low. You know what I'm saying? We watch statements get manipulated through again the all our devices, all our, abilities. We got kids that even know how to get up and use TikTok and chop up videos and use your
for
voice
real.
for anything now. Like even looking just speaking on public situations, like look at the whole YSL Young Thug situation, how his whole camp it took pleas against him for him to be the rider, and everybody's looking at him like he the chief rocker, like, oh, Thug finna take this years, he a real one. That'll make you real and solid because you willing to do that for your man.
Unbelievable. Yeah, unbelievable, man. I don't understand how that shit got. That's a whole another story too, bro. Like that's like the personification, man, of that side of the industry, man. It, people looking at things like that, like, hey, if I go to jail, I mean, that's like been a long. Who started that shit? Remember, 50 Cent was a big one. Remember, 50 Cent got
Yeah,
shot 9 times, and everybody was like, I gotta get shot to be popular.
that became a thing. Tupac.
It did. It
It
did.
became a cycle,
It's fucking crazy, man. Yeah, the
and
the
it's
adaptation of
sad.
that shit,
This
man.
is the end result. This is the negative zone now of it's cool to be called a 6'9". It's cool to now since Gunna's in the mix. It's cool to be a Gunna. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah. The
But
bad boy
when your back's
persona,
against
man.
the wall, it's tragic.
Yeah, yeah. The bad boy complex, man. I think people are literally taking it and running with it. It's the opposite. I mean, I get it. I definitely get it. I don't agree with it in a lot, especially what you just said with the damn I gotta go to jail to sell an album or some shit. Like,
Yeah.
listen, bro, like you're drastically taking it to a different level. Like it's not that. I mean, this isn't the qualifications here, but I think that people need to start being more realistic with how they're kind of involving themselves in social media. In what's it called? Everybody wants to be seen in a particular way, and it is an outlet for people who are struggling to with their image or with their
Yeah.
confidence or whatever self esteem. It's a source that you can use to be something else, and if it works for however long it works, whether it be, and there's no jabs or anything, but it's just honesty, whether it be dancing and you're dancing all over the place and everybody's showing it's popular and you're seen in a way. You love that. So now people love you for it. So you're feeding off of that. But when that door closes, man, this is some of the real shit that I've had to experience myself, and it's hopefully a
Me
known
too.
fact between a lot of people.
I know it.
When you close that door and you by yourself, man, and that's it. Even when for like the small moments, like when you go to the bathroom, like you on the thing, you at work, oh, I'm fine. I know my girl just broke up, whatever, and stuff like that. Oh, forget, fuck, I'm gonna call my boys, go to the club. When you go to
Yeah.
that bathroom in that club and there ain't nobody in there, and you by yourself for that fucking 30 seconds or whatever, reality hits your ass like a ton of bricks. That's how fast it is. That's why I can
Yeah.
understand the mentality between people. I can do this online. I can do this. I can be this person. I can put this makeup on. I can do this, whatever. But as soon as that fucking camera shuts off and you faced with cooking that egg by yourself in your kitchen and ain't nobody else around to show out no more, your reality is set back in. It's forced inside of you.
You unplug
So,
that matrix when you pull that cord out the back of that neck and you get out that matrix
woo,
and you back on that you back on the mothership and you realize
oh
this
man,
ain't what I thought it was.
the
It
greatest
does
analogy.
different. You know what I'm saying? Look at
Yeah,
this past week, and I blogged about it. I was like, look at how this Master P and Romeo debacle finna be like the end of the year thing, just based it on DJ Twitch's death and
yeah,
Master P being humble enough to publicly speak out about it because he lost a daughter to
yeah,
suicide. But
yeah,
then
man.
family secrets get publicly aired and whoop de woo, whatever is they business. Like I said, whatever is their business, their business. We all got trauma. We all trauma bonded. But some
Yep,
stuff ain't made to be on the air. Like I can't kick a brother when he down when I'm down myself.
very
So I
true.
can't get involved in Romeo was right for what he said. No, these are two hurting people that don't know how to come together because the media is further pulling them apart and they can't
Yeah.
sit in a room and just be humans and hash that out.
Forcing a narrative, and that's always what it is, man. Everybody's always like running for the opportunity to pick a side so they can feel like attached to something, so they can feel righteous, whatever you want to call it. But people love to pick a side, man. And when people put their business out in the street, unfortunately that's just what's going to happen. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Like, for Romeo to say what he said publicly, I do think that that's an act of man. I think that that's just something that people are doing too much, publicizing their problems, like you just said,
Yeah,
and
it's
giving
clout
everybody an
clicking. That
opportunity.
clout clicking now, man. I don't like clout clicking.
Yo, do you think that at this point where we are, and I mean, I feel like this is kind of like an obvious question, but do you think that it's established enough that we really need to start whether it be college courses? I don't even know if there is, but like classes or like I don't know, integrity training, however you can say for how to use the internet, man, or how to use social media, or
If
just
me
different.
and you don't start it, it'll never be a thing. If you and I don't come to a way to design something for it, it will never be for the simple principle. People don't want what helps them better themselves. Nobody
Mhm.
wants you to hand them the tool to help them elevate. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
It why go click on that and to learn how to properly use the channels? What you gonna tell me how to do that for? You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
For what? I
yeah.
got
That
a
sucks,
my
man.
close friend, the Duchess has her own social media app, Everything Entertainment Expo that she owns and pretty much, monitors and operate. And it's free of use. But you know
Oh
why?
wow.
Because she's a black woman with an app of her own for social media, don't and it ain't big time as Facebook or whatever, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
But it's thriving. It's on your phone. You can get it from an app store. But because she just a small town girl from New York City, ain't nobody gonna click on that. She ain't in the Forbes news. She's not an Elon Musk. You know what I'm saying? She's not
yeah.
a
We yeah
Jeff
we need to make that
Bezos.
popular.
Right.
Yeah, we need to make that popular, man. I think that's severely needed because you are seeing the generation grow up, and the next generation's coming in, whatever you want to call it. And
Yeah,
these kids have at this point MySpace and all that shit has been out for everybody who's 20 years old at this point. They've grew up with that environment,
they have.
and that environment has completely increased. And we're to a level. I mean, some will, argue that, hey, we're going into the age of you're gonna be sitting in your house, you're never gonna leave that motherfucker, and you're gonna just be a damn avatar, and you're gonna live off the or on the damn online communities and shit like that
And
or
they call
whatever.
that the metaverse, ladies and gentlemen.
Metaverse, exactly. Yeah. I mean, right now it's still just everything starts out like, oh yeah, this is fun, this and that, or whatever. The next thing you know, that's what everybody fucking doing, and I can see it going there, man. I can see it
Bro, they
completely.
just had a whole virtual tour of Biggie Smalls in New York, Bed-Stuy, Brooklyn, virtual tour for you to tour his neighborhood when you could have just went to New York and just walked the same streets he walked on.
Yeah, this is just the beginning too. That's what's so crazy about the
Oh
shit,
yeah,
man.
it's finna get
Isn't it
worse.
crazy?
It's finna
Shit
get
gonna be
worse.
crazily worse. Yo, Steady, yo, we over here. Yo, you like the out of our crew and shit. You like the philosopher one. You the one that always makes everybody feel better and shit. Like I'm like, I feel good right now, man. I had a bad day today. I just fucking stands on. I'm good, yo.
Yeah, humble. I
For real,
appreciate it.
man. I
I
love it,
definitely
man. I
appreciate
love
it.
it. I said that shit on the what's it called show too. Yo, listen, hey, be like, listen, I'm just gonna put it out there. Listen, we're recording this before we do our amazing New Year special, and I know it's gonna be fucking incredible.
Oh,
It
that's finna
says
be
on
off the
there,
wall. That's gonna be
yeah,
balls to the wall, crazy. My cat.
yes,
I don't know what can happen this New Year's Eve.
yes,
Everything. All we know is gonna be a good time, and
yeah.
anything goes on that night.
For sure, for sure. Yeah, I know. I listen. Y'all saw it already. I know we had fun, but as you can see, Stab, man, yeah, he's like the glue, man. I like you always have them people. Like I said, like we were saying before the fucking show even started, bro. This is all the real free talk right here. This is all real shit.
Right.
I was saying, like, yo, it's crazy. You don't realize you're making friends, man, when you're doing this shit or whatever. Like, you think of making friends in a certain kind of way. Like, you know what I'm saying? I don't know how to fucking make friends anymore. I have no idea. But then you
We
realize, like,
don't. You
oh,
right.
I'm making friends. Like, I did make a friend. And like, you're that comforting friend. Like, every time I talk to you, I'm like, damn, Stan always make you feel good about some shit. Like, for
Man, when
real,
you
man.
grow up in a life where sometimes every obstacle is stacked so much against you, you got
Got
no
you.
choice but to be like that humble human being and figure out, I so this roadblock is here, but I'm a detour to the left or to the right, or even go up under it, and I'm
There
still
you
come out
go.
and be the victor. So that's been my
Beautiful.
mentality throughout life. To my uncles used to always look at me and say, no matter whatever would go on in the household or whatever, and they go, you the only person I know that can walk out of a room and still smile, knowing mom's just fussed at you to clean this, do that, and you just up there like, okay, yeah, like I know that little, everybody done had them silent shadow conversations back in the back, but
Oh
I'm just
yeah.
like, I'm gonna go ahead and do what I do because I probably want to go hang out with my cousins up the street, or I want to get on the PS2 and get back into my Dragon Ball Z games
That's
and don't want to
right.
be bothered. So I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna put this smile on, and it's not no fake smile. My smile is always 1,000% genuine.
Beautiful, man. Yeah. Hey, listen, speaking of that, man, yeah, we just got into a conversation the whole first part of the show, man. But I wanted one big thing. I wanted you to come on and
Yeah.
talk about, let's start from the beginning, man. Let's just jump right into it. So tell everybody where you're from, like, and how you got started in the podcast, community.
All right, let's do it. So, of course, I'm born in Quincy, Florida. North Florida, right next to the capital of Florida, Tallahassee. But the way I see it, once you're from Florida, you just from Florida. Like no matter what city you claim, you're
That's
from
all I
Florida,
know. Florida,
right? Like I'm just
Miami,
from Florida.
Tallahassee, whatever, Florida, bro.
Right? That doesn't even do justice now, but no. And I grew up with the same dreams every other kid done had of watching your favorite rapper on TV. And that's immediately what you want to be when you're from the black community. You know what I'm
Mm,
saying? Growing up with a disability, that killed being a ball player for me. So hey, I got poetic with it. I know how to sit in class, finish my classwork, and then pull my composition book out and write rhymes. Meet with my cousins, get
mm.
off the bus, and we up there kicking freestyles and actually making real mixtapes. Like we had another friend in the neighborhood that had an actual home studio in his crib. So,
Oh, okay.
we pick days like Fridays and Saturdays, we go hit the booth. If we had to work during the school night, it'd be Wednesday. We done no later than by 6 p.m. We out of there. Like that
That's
was me. You know what I'm saying? That then I think one of my uncles gave me this conversation. It was that question of longevity. And it was more like, are you gonna be Lil Wayne? Are you gonna be Birdman? And I had to think about it. Like, what are you saying? What he's saying is exactly the same situation we watched happened with Lil Wayne in his midlife crisis career was like you realize as a rapper you have to stay consistent. You have to stay giving something that ain't nobody else already giving. You go through all that
Yeah.
XYZs, and then I had to think, nah, I can't do it because I was getting older. That trying to be Lil Stead, trying to be Killer Stead. I went through the whole rap personas,
Yeah. Me
whoop de
too.
woos. So I got a laptop, man. I got this laptop one day, and I learned from my I learned how to copy other people's CDs to the computer. Once I learned that, I learned how to mix real good, make playlists, put your playlists in order. But
Yeah.
I had like that actual DJs. It was like if I wanted a CD to be just straight slow jams, I know how to make certain slow jams fall. Like if it was a sex slow jam, it'd be nothing but that ordinance. If it was
Gotcha.
getting married, it'd be straight that. And that's what the whole DJ lineup came, man. And I had this dream. I wanted to be I wanted to be what I had growing up, like that CD booth man. Like you come holler at me, I got the mixtapes. Like, cause you
Yes.
know how it is when you riding with your people and a song come on the radio, but then the next song after that be like, I don't want to listen to that song. Let me go see what the
Yep.
other station is playing. And
Yep.
then you have to come back to that station later through the day. So what I would do was let's just remove all the I'm gonna skip these songs and put
Gotcha.
nothing but hits.
Yeah.
Man, I
Yes.
had it. I had it. Like if CDs was if CDs today was what streaming services is now, and it's holiday season, I'd be breaking bank right now. Like just with people wanting holiday music, oldie goldies, party music, bringing the New Year's. I could kill it right
Yeah.
now, but that era ain't here no more. So
Yeah,
what do you
man.
do when all that been stripped away from you? You start looking in the podcast.
Mm.
Looked
So
up
that's
on
where you.
watching drink champs, huh?
So that I was gonna say that's where it happened, like the transition. So you started
Yeah,
off, kind of like putting together the mixtapes and the CDs and stuff like that.
yeah,
Whether it be customized music CDs and stuff
yeah.
like that. So you really just made a good point too. Kind of spoke about an industry of pioneers or money makers and entrepreneurs that had a business that got taken away when the streaming services came. Man,
It killed it.
I was late to the streaming services too because I started off listening to I always had like music that I was downloading. Remember, you was downloading music and shit like that on your phone for free.
LimeWire used to blow up your MP3
All of that
player because
shit.
you done downloaded so many viruses.
Yep. But I was even longer than that because literally they had the apps when the apps started getting big, they had the apps where you
Yeah,
could download an app and then you could find the song and you could download the shit
showed
and
it.
listen to it there. And then somebody showed me
Man,
Spotify or Pandora one day, and I was like,
and
"So you
bam.
told me I can pay $10 a month and just listen to what the fuck I want forever?" I was like,
Yep.
"Okay," and
That
that was
killed
it.
my career. That literally killed it didn't kill the career because I still had a lot of at the time when it was fading out, I still had like that regular clientele of people that would still request certain things.
Yeah,
But then too many blabbermouths started running on all the little sites and little connects I had where I used to be able to get albums and stuff like a week, sometime a week or two ahead of its original release date, and it actually matched the track list. So like
yeah,
I was making my fame for being that go-to. If anybody in the community gonna get a song for us, Stead can do it. And I'm like, man, you know what I'm saying? It became a
yeah,
rush. Like for me, that rush was the same feeling the average hood D boy would have had.
yeah. I feel you.
So
That's
and then it
crazy,
got
man.
scary. It got scary because it was so demanding. It became scary, and that's
Yeah,
when I did kind of fade out. Like I said, I got into this craze of talking with my partner Jay, my homie Jay, and he was like, "Yo, we should do this podcast thing." And then I was like, "Yeah, I've been thinking about it, but you kind of see it, don't see it." And it was like, it was a thing. He was like, "Nah, bro, I think you got what it takes to do it for real." So I was like, "All right, let me think on it."
yeah,
So I make this just random post on Facebook, and I was like, "Yo, I'm thinking about starting a podcast. Whoop de woo. What would be some things y'all would want to hear me speak on if I was to do it?" And this one lady comments, and she was like, "What's your cash app?" And I'm like, "Huh?" She was like, "What's your cash app? I'm gonna help you buy your first microphone. Like this is true story. It happened."
Oh
And I was like,
wow.
"No way." I'm like, "Nah, not for real." And I, exchanged it quickly, jumping in and handle that whoop de woo, and it came through. And she's like, "Now go get your microphone because you're gonna do this. I've already seen your vision for it." and I go, whoa, and I knew who the
Bro,
person
listen.
was, so it wasn't like it was just some of them random,
Oh,
beware
okay.
false
See,
prophets.
you had me tripping for a minute because I'm telling you right now, man. One big thing that I've been doing with the show recently is I'm trying to speak, a little bit more of like, hey, I'm trying to build. I do need certain things to build, and hey, please, hey, Beeline, listen, you listening right now. Yeah, we got the donation pages out, man. Please, if you can, help us grow the show. Like, it's just one of the things. Like, I am trying to live my dream out here. If you got a couple dollars, throw them the way, pick up a shirt. Definitely you guys see the merch. That's something I got to really start getting heavy into advertising. You guys, hopefully you guys like the commercial that I played
Oh yeah,
before this. But yeah, so you know, but being able to do that's another big thing with social media. Being able to put something out there and have somebody bless you in that way, man, you never know. I was telling my girl the other day, I can put that donation page, and I'm just saying, hey, do it if you can, please. But I can put that donation page out, and somebody, the right person, can see that page and say, I'm just for the hell of it, I'm gonna send this guy $10,000. Why? Why not? I got it. I hit the lottery yesterday. I know I want to make his day. Who
right.
knows? It's out there. You know what I'm saying? It's floating out there. It's placed out there. And I'm not doing it like, oh, if you will, please. I'm literally doing it like, hey, man, I'm trying to grow my show. I'm trying to make my dreams happen. If you can, if you love my shit, if you want to watch it, you want to keep going, help me out. Send something my way or
That's not
whatever, if
that's
you
all.
feel.
People gotta realize it don't have to be a high amount. We ain't telling you. We ain't trying to pull that. It's we in a pulpit trying to draw you in on that type of vibe. It's us being
Exactly.
creators. You want us to be different. You want us to keep being this. You know what I'm saying? You might want
Yeah,
us to stop being virtual and like get an actual like building that we might want to, have something in the future longevity work out for us.
exactly.
But at the same, but it takes funds to do that. You know what I'm saying? We
Yeah,
didn't
for
take the
sure.
PPP loan risk like the majority of half our brothers and sisters that was trying to create something and then lock down their business. We actually own our LLCs, ladies and gentlemen. So we are
Oh yeah.
legit
Oh yeah,
businessmen.
for sure. Definitely do. No doubt about it. But like you said, man, having like that person come through and bless you like that, man. I mean, it's literally like you never know unless you is another example of where it's crazy because putting yourself out there the right way, man. That's like seems like a see. Look, see, I love how the conversations go when they just kind of full circle go back, and
Oh
I've
yeah,
been noticing that a lot lately on the shows, man. But putting yourself out there the right way is why it's important to either like have structures like schooling for this shit at this point, man. Because I don't think people want to express themselves. People are going through things, and I don't think people all the time can determine what is the right way and the wrong way to do that. Romeo and Master P. I think Romeo wanted to express himself publicly, and he did it in a way that I personally think that that's not the right way to do it. I
I
think that you
agree.
wanted to express yourself, but I think that you put your business out there a little bit further, and maybe that was a more of a private conversation, but it's hard to distinguish the difference now. And
Mhm.
it's difficult, man. It's a challenging kind of thing. But then if you do put yourself out there properly and you say, hey, I got an idea, I'm doing something and I want to make move forward. And somebody sees that and then they take it different. Like, wait a minute, that guy's trying to do something. I could have did something. Maybe I want to do something. He just motivated me. Let me go ahead and bless his pocket. You know what I'm saying? Start him. You never know who's seeing what and both ways, man. So that's incredible. That's awesome. And they were able to provide you with your first. You still using the microphone?
It's on my trophy case of starter mics. It was a one of those
Beautiful.
USB condenser starter mics,
Yeah, me
and
too.
now I'm on. I realized that become a trophy case of mine. Like, every year I try to reward myself of like a new mic, just to add to a collection because maybe some sounds may be different.
Yeah,
One might give me a more crisp, one might give me a more snap. Like it's a gamble. It's worth gambling with because I'm passionate about what I do and I love what I do, which is why
yeah,
I took a gamble, the second my sophomore year of podcast and was like, I want an LLC for this. Why? Because I want it to be bigger than just this podcast. Who They Want
yes, sir.
Entertainment LLC. I wanted to get into the movie field. I wanted to get in the on the spot talk show field get into nonprofit organizations and maybe start somewhere in the future having scholarships for those non-believers who want to still dream and you're back against the wall because maybe you come from a broken foundation
Yeah,
and you want to stop that generational curse that they would call it,
yeah,
and you want to keep climbing that ladder and be something, you know what I'm saying? Change your life, like They keep talking about what we ain't gonna be, but we become everything you tell us we ain't gonna be. We ultimately become everything you disgusted us not to be.
Yeah, man. Yeah, it's hard. It's hard to push forward change when everything is still kind of strategically placed in front of you, man. Like you said, like given opportunity to a lot of people who are faced with challenges, who are born in conditions that they just can't help, man. They know what they know. I saw this video today, um, where this lady, she was at a Walmart. It's always fucking Walmart, but this lady, she was at a Walmart, and she literally, big lady, and she went, and one of the cashiers, I didn't see how it started, but she was like, oh, she went right in her face, oh, fuck you up, and blah blah blah. I mean, blowing up, and of course everybody in the back self checkout. That's always where the drama happens. They got us working. That's why everybody's
It's gonna
pissed
be its
about
own
it.
way of serious in 2023.
Self-checkout.com, like, yeah, but but they were arguing, and the lady was so extra with it. Now, like you said, like bringing like knowledge to mental health and like different struggles that people are going through in their life and stuff like that. You don't know what's setting people off. You don't know why people are getting set off. But the fact that this lady was over here just yelling at this cashier, the guy had to come and, hey, miss, hey, please calm down. Nobody was hostile but her. Everybody was kind of, I don't know what the fuck set her off, but you could definitely tell, like, damn, lady, okay, relax. Like, it
I
happened.
see.
Maybe
I
you
know
were,
exactly what you're talking about now. I can't.
you think with the
And
big yellow shirt and she was on
yeah,
there, she
and
had her
she's
hair wrapped
ballistic
up.
and went
But
ballistic.
I don't understand, like, how that can happen, and somebody can think that I can be this way. Like what were you looking at in your life, or what have you been through in your life, and what have you seen in your life to where you can say, I can go in the store, or I can go anywhere out in public around other civilized people and act this way, and just think that it's going to be accepted, it's going to be tolerated, or not care if it's accepted or not tolerated. People aren't always brought up with the best fucking images that they're seeing, positions that they're being put in. So you don't know what she had to go through to think that I'm just gonna go here and go crazy, and whoever gonna deal with it, and that's what it is. You don't know what the
Clickbait,
fuck she had to do.
clickbait, clickbait. You know what I'm saying? Be fine. And it's the same thing. And not to say it's the same, but when you talk about those recent school shootings that we was having, and they were so
Yeah,
back to back to back. So I make a joke on the show, and I'm like, "Yo," I'm like, me and Kyle was on there, and it's like, because they have this like black market group chat where they discuss. I'm like, what are they randomly? All right, top. I got this school this week. So you're gonna get the next school next week. Like, what is the whole organization to pick? What are you randomly Russian roulette in schools and go? Yeah,
yeah,
we're
man.
gonna walk on campus and just start shooting at kids.
Shit fucking crazy. It's to be able to establish that, it's right back to the same circle. To be able to have the freedom to have that kind of power for those type of people, to have the freedom and have that kind of power for people to come together and be against it, but to have that kind of power and people to come together and do that shit, it's an unbelievable fucking balance that I don't even know if we can really establish how we're gonna fix it at this point. It's such a fine line, man, of the good and the bad of having this much networking ability with each other, man. I mean, you
But
got the
it's
people who are
life.
using
It's
it.
that again. You've been talking full circle the whole show. It's that. It's that yin and that yang. For
Yeah,
every good, there's also an equal amount of bad, and
yeah, man.
sometimes the good can outweigh that. Sometimes the bad outweighs that moment. It's all about instance, choice, timing in that moment. 'Cause there's no replay. There's
Yeah,
no start the movie over. Bring my
yeah,
child back. Bring my tea back. There's no start overs. There's none of
yeah,
that
man.
in this moment. So when it
Yeah,
happens, you're instantly panic. And we got a bad habit of now we're in the realm of let's put this on World Star. Let's put this,
yep,
go live in a
yep.
tragical moment. Why are we publicizing on that? Even when the takeoff thing came and I was like, listening to Gilly and what he was saying, and I'm like, yo, so we want to go famous for making sure people are dead too now? Like,
That's what's crazy. That's what's crazy. Like you just said. I mean, people who take those videos and stuff like that, they don't see it like that. I'm gonna give them the benefit of the doubt. They don't see it like that. What they
no,
see is, like you said, your first vision is, oh, want to be just like a reporter, just like a news reporter. When they jump in the van and they heard the pile up come on, Johnny, let's go with the camera. And
This
then they
right
jump
here
in.
is our eyewitness news now.
Bro,
This channel
exactly.
12, 24, 32, whatever channel network you got right here.
Everybody wants to speak first. Everybody wants to be the first person. Oh, you saw that shit? You want to see you? It's a weird kind of like, human trait that we have. We want to expose something. And it gives you like, vision from other people. It gets you seen. Like, it all is the same fucking context. But you are right. It's like, how much of our humanity are we losing because we are more focused on, oh, what can I catch first? Like, somebody will be about to get hit by a car and you'll have an instinct first to grab your phone instead of saying, hey, let me help this person. That's a fucking problem, man. And it's only getting worse as time is going on, man. That's why when you start hearing these rules and these different types of situations and people are saying, hey, we're trying to regulate this, we're trying to regulate that, you got to be kind of understanding to the shit, because here in Atlanta right now, this is a topic that I think we talked about on the New Year's thing, but we may or we may not. But
Okay.
they're actually having a curfew set in Atlanta around the Atlantic Station and stuff like that, because literally, man, it's like every fucking night. I don't know what happens, but it's like the Cowboys and Indians and shit out there, and
Mm.
people are just getting shot up, man. Kids, everything is getting shot up. So they have a curfew established. I think, I don't know what the ages is. I didn't really do like the
That
homework for it.
NWO thing is gonna be real. When that thing hit about that one state, I forgot what state it was right off the top of my about them actually getting ready to have that purge thing happen,
Yeah, I
and
know
then
what
they
you're talking about.
removed it, and then it was like, "Oh, there's no way we're gonna actually." Somebody revealed their hand, and they had to get that off the internet because it went viral immediately, and
What the
then
guy? Sorry. I know what you're
no,
talking about. I wanted to touch on that because that is a big topic, because I did hear that. What the guy was saying was what he was gonna. They were trying to do something to where they were not going to jail people for certain offenses that they had. They were going
right.
to however they were going to do it. Like I remember it, but I remember saying, like, I know people were immediate like, oh, see, it's a fucking purge out here. You can kill somebody and get away with it. And it kind of got blew up. And I still to this day don't know exactly what it was, but there is things that are happening that are different. I don't know if they were trying something, but I do remember that story. But I don't think it was they were about to start fucking allowing killers and shit like that or whatever. But I mean, I also don't know too much. And it did sound kind of crazy, like, oh, to a certain offense, like they're not gonna, put people in jail. That's a whole nother fucking,
It's like, "We're gonna
issue.
detain you, fingerprint you, and, hey, go ahead,
Something
don't
like
do that
that.
again."
Yeah. Yeah, man. I don't understand, like, that's a whole nother fucking, the prison system and the judicial system and all that stuff, whatever. That's a whole another thing, bro. But it's like you said before about the app and about the school for the social media and stuff. Unless you do it, who's gonna do it? They gonna do it. And whoever fucking does it, they the ones that got the power. They the only ones who can do it. So what the fuck are we gonna do? Just make noise about it until hopefully something happens.
'Cause our problem is we're
It's
still
crazy.
waiting on that civil rights leader thing. We're still waiting
Yeah.
on, the Farrakhan's, the Al Sharptons, the MLKs. If it ain't a black brother in a suit and tie with a reverend slash in front of his name, then what good is me being from this small area,
Yeah.
speaking up against something that I'm against?
You want to know what's crazy with that too, though, man? I don't think I don't. I mean, we can have it. We can have it at some point, I guess. But the thing about the Martin Luther Kings and the Malcolm X's and the Farrakhan's and all that stuff, or whatever, these were people who were outspoken and they spoke high, they spoke powerfully, and they spoke to a demographic, and they spoke to people at a time where a lot of people weren't able to speak with each other. But us now, we are always speaking with each other. So one person speaking to a lot of people, getting seen, getting talked about, and saying, hey, this guy is speaking up. He's got a tie on. Look, he's presentable. He got this. Standing amongst the people, speaking good shit, people following. That's how you catch a follower. Same shit now. You speak good, entertaining, you get followers. It's the same shit. But now there's so many people who are being able to follow so many people for a crazy amount of reasons why they want to. I don't know if we'll ever get to a point where we'll be able to say, hey, this is the one person I'm going to listen to. Because it's more like now, this is the one person I'm going to listen to because he dances really good. This is the one person I'm going to listen to because he cooks good food. This is the one person I'm going to listen to because I have the option to do that. I could sit in my fucking chair and listen to 15 different people that I like. I do now.
Right, but you know what
you know what I'm saying?
you know what the detour part of that? Again, here comes that negative world, negative zero zone. If they ain't got a mouthful of goals, dreads, 1,000 tattoos,
Yeah.
6 women, and a reality show, ain't
Yeah,
nobody
man.
gonna ain't nobody. I know what you just said. Why go look at that man standing up there doing that when Keisha
Yeah.
getting put out her car by Rilo, for the 15th
Yeah.
time, and
Exactly.
Monica done found out that they pregnant.
Exactly. I mean, exactly, bro. That's exactly what I mean. It's like we have so much to look at
We're selective.
that I don't. Yeah, yeah. We definitely are selective, and it's also because we have the option to be. We have an option more than ever, bro. I was sitting there. Damn, I keep jumping in. But I was sitting there. I was on Pandora, I think I was, and I was listening to Christmas music. I'm like, oh man, I gotta listen to my Christmas music because my girl
Right.
celebrate Christmas and stuff like that or whatever. I'm a fucking Christmas head. But I was just on there and I was trying to find like stuff that I want to listen to that I listen to every year. And since I don't listen to it a lot, it kind of like was trying to sort out like from my music that I listen to, like
Yeah.
what they think the Christmas list would out there. So I'm trying to listen to stuff that I want to hear, but it keeps trying to give me shit that it thinks I want to hear.
The
And I said,
algorithm is not in tune with that because you haven't consistently built a structure for it. So they can't just put it together because they don't know the algorithm is screwed. I know what you're talking about because
yeah,
I got like something on there for mine. It's like a soulful holiday. So one day after I like finished watching some stuff on Hulu and my grandma had the fireplace going and I just opened my door and I put it on and they played Silent Night by the Temptations. She was like, "You not listening to the Temptations?" I was like, "Baby, you already know that's what I do." Like
yep,
because I know that means something to her just as much as it means something to me. Like you say, we
exactly.
Christmas heads. Like
Yeah,
I'll
man.
never take the magic away from Christmas from the new generation that may, that battle of Santa rather. We all know who Santa ultimately is. We already
Yeah,
know that story. But for me to ruin the unknown, it's not for me to tell that child, "Oh,
yeah,
Santa ain't real. Your mama the one that win." It's not for me to
yeah. Never,
disperse
man.
that because then
Yeah.
nobody do that to me as a kid.
Exactly. Yeah, yeah. And that was that's like the magic that I grew up with. And I mean, it's difficult. Me and my girl, like, we've been together for 5 years. I mean, we're gonna be married, everything. But it's one of the biggest challenges because I still love it. And we have a daughter together, and it's like, we're kind of like sharing holidays and stuff like that or whatever. But she's getting older now. And she's gonna want to like, experience. I mean, who the fuck ain't gonna want to experience Christmas, man? So it's like, I try to be as like easy as I can with it because I don't never want to feel like I'm just challenging and taking over. But
No.
we're trying to like respect each other's boundaries, and it's challenging, but we work together very well with it. And but like you said, man, I enjoyed that fun with it, man. I enjoyed just even it's silly, it's this and that, but it's magical, bro. For somebody just to have the ability to have their imagination and just explore whatever and just create that fun and that magic, at that time, and just let somebody feel good, open some presents, anticipate for that, glorious morning to happen. And it does build you. I think it does give you a lot of fucking character being able to have that. Like I say all the time, you go through bad days, you go through bad shit. You never know what's going to be that memory or that thought that you had. That was just fucking a great thought that takes you away and brings your mental health back into a reasonable or understanding kind of way where you can face life again. And all that shit is very important, man. I think that your life and your childhood, and she went through a lot of shit with her childhood, and I firmly think that that's a little bit why it's easy for her to kind of turn away. I'm not gonna lie. I've told her that a couple times,
But
but
see,
I
you
mean,
gotta knowledge, you understand it. So you open the lane for compromise. You
yeah,
open, okay, we're not gonna go all out, but at least put the tree up.
yeah, like that or whatever. She'll let me like do stuff in here,
That's what I'm
but
saying. Like
she's
you gotta
like,
have a compromising zone. Like
yeah, exactly. It's important, man. It is important, especially if you're gonna work or you're gonna miss out on a lot of good shit because you're just saying no to one thing that doesn't work. There's always gonna be a struggle that you got to work through, man. And I was one of them type of people who I faced a struggle. Oh, what happened? Oh, the pencil broke. Okay, throw that whole bitch in the garbage. I'm done. I'm not gonna sharpen it. That was
Exactly.
me,
No,
bro. That was me, yo. But I had to
that need no
learn,
Brown policy. Just cancel that one. I'll get another pack tomorrow.
That's it, bro. That's it. I'll throw the whole dinner away and fucking start over. Burned it. Okay, throw it out, all of it. But
Done. No.
you start learning through that shit, man, because you can't live life that way. You have to learn how to adapt, and you can't adapt to everything too. You can't, go the complete
True.
opposite side of the spectrum. But you do have to be a little bit more. I had to literally just do that right before we started the show today, man. I'm bringing back my my brother. He's my co-host JD the Mouth. Y'all saw him. He's back. But on the New Year special, he's gonna be on with us or whatever.
Okay.
Whatever,
Big up to that.
Yeah, and he's coming back, and we bump heads pretty hard, you know what I'm saying? But he really wants to be a part of what we're doing, and I kind of already just kind of already got frustrated with trying to work with him and stuff like
I'm gonna
that.
tell you
And
like I've been telling people now. Create your 10 commandments. Create your laws. Create what you
Mm,
will tolerate. Create what you ain't gonna tolerate.
yeah, yeah,
Set up boundaries. Set up infrastructures.
yeah,
Okay, we go live at this particular time. You have no more than 5 minutes clearance. If I haven't been notified of you going to be late, other than that, you will not be a part of the show altogether. You have to implement your own infrastructure because this is yours. This is your
yeah.
vision, your dream. And when you bought them apart, everybody ain't meant to ride that elevator you meant to ride. Some people still gonna
Very
be on the
fucking true,
ground
man.
floor while you want to head to the penthouse. And you have to be
Yeah,
okay with that. You have to be okay with I'll see you when I come out and jump into my vehicle. I'll speak to you. There's no bloodshed, no love lost. But where I'm headed, this ain't for you.
listen, bro. I mean, I don't think I could have found anybody who could have said that shit better. And some people might take it in a different way, but I'm telling you right now, and that's another reason why I love us vibing, man, with the whole community that we got and we starting, and just understanding this commitment to this, man. This commitment to anybody who's starting something of their own and trying to become something more than they may have ever even thought they could have ever been. This shit is important, man. It's a whole nother life. And you are right, man. People that you even think that are going to be, or you want to be a part of it, and you'll try hard to make them a part of it. It's not always meant to happen, yo. And it is hard because one of the things that I do deal with more than anything, tell me if you can relate, man, is I have people and you got people you want to call and people you want to talk to and people you want to hang out with and watch movies with, whatever. But a lot of times, man, I can't even find myself. I'm not to be mean, but I can't even find myself finding interest in talking with anybody who's not doing what I'm doing right now because
No, I've been
I'm
on
so
that. Is that
focused,
I
man.
studied that from Kevin Gates, like watching a couple of his interviews, but that one he did on Big Facts, and I listened to the realness of what he be saying. It's about paradigms of energies. Like your energy ain't on my energy. I'm here and you still want to keep me where you met me in 1990, but I'm actually moving in the future and you still want me to be that one I used to be. Man, I can't stand that now. I can't stand, man, you used to do this. You used to do that. Okay, but I'm not doing that anymore. That doesn't
Yes,
associate with who I used to. If you associate with who I used to be, it's the reason why your number used to be in my phone.
bro, man. Yo, listen, man. It is so crazy to literally hear, like I said, I keep saying, going back to it because we were talking truth on that damn Thanksgiving podcast, man. It's so crazy to hear somebody relating to what I'm fucking experiencing doing this, man, because you do
Yeah.
look for that. You look for that when you going through troubles or whatever. You try to see, well, who else is feeling like me? I can't just be the only one and shit out here. Let me find somebody who's knowledgeable with it. But I feel the same way, bro. And it's like I love people. I'm not intentionally trying to cut nobody out, but it's just like you do get to a point in life if you're lucky, and you are trying to progress and you are trying to make changes and do better and do things differently. You're not staying stagnant. You're moving constantly, man. And then you forget to call somebody and you do this. It's not because you intentionally trying to cut somebody's life out, but
Nah.
you automatically had it happen because it's just your fucking train is going forward, man, and it's not stopping. And I'm trying to explain that now, and I'm getting into fights with people, and I'm kind of having some trouble with people I love too, man. That's not even like anybody's just just any random people. It's just I'm in this different level. I'm trying to relax. I'm trying to, get some sleep. Like you said earlier, like, I'm trying to like take a break. But I literally have been nonstop for like the last 3 months, man.
Time to,
And
bro, you got to implement your commandment. Do a Beeline Entertainment commandment list. Have it, go to your local Walgreens, get it posted. Do like them
yeah.
barbershops when you go and you want to get a temp fade or whatever your favorite haircut and you shave, and you go, all right, this is the commandment. Okay, when you're in the booth, you know what I'm saying? The swear limit is these many words per show. Your late period is you can't be no more than 10 minutes if I'm notified, 5 minutes if not notified of lateness. You have to implement some infrastructure. And then you know what
Yeah.
people's gonna do? They ain't gonna see Brian the problem. They gonna go, oh, this man's doing something. He's
Mm.
legit. They ain't gonna now you don't get the personal beef. Personal beef is just that Romeo masterpiece. That's just some stuff we just wanted to hash out off
Yeah.
air outside of this. But when you in this booth and I'm finna get ready to press that button and press record, and them commandments is lit up behind me, you ain't gonna be able to tell me what I can and cannot do in this office anymore.
It's a good ass idea, man. It's a good ass idea, bro. I was doing this by myself for so long, and now I'm starting to work with people again. Yeah, you're
Your
right,
energy
man.
ain't built for it. Your energy is
Yeah.
not built because what you built on your own is gonna differ now that you gotta put a David Ruffin on board. Like it was slapping without David Ruffin, but now David wanna come and numbers may go up high, some episodes maybe a little bit more numbers because of the duo energy, and that's okay. But I say this because my rule is always my favorite movie is Temptation. So I'll be like, I always have that temptation rule. Ain't no one man bigger than the group when it come to who they
Yeah.
want. And I had to learn that for myself because I was so reluctant to, rely on Duchess to come through one night or rely on Kyle to come through. And I'm like, this is you. You
Yes.
put this together.
Yes.
I don't
Yeah.
need I don't I appreciate you and
Yeah.
the respect and the love is reciprocated back and it's mutual, but they all got their own, variants of what they got going on. Tasha
Yeah.
got the hip hop corner. Kyle got on the brain and he got A for Able. So he's in his own world. So when we meet in the middle and come to who they want, it's a collective thing of everybody bringing their own energy to my realm. And I just was like, I just need a break. I just need time to prove that, will the show still be as successful as it originally was with just me? And I've proven that, no matter
Yeah.
who's on the mic, that's why it's who they want. No matter who it is, it's still a message to be delivered.
I love that shit, bro. Woo! Yeah, man. Clap it up, man. Yo, listen, man. Yeah, yo, Stan, yo. Every time I got some problems and shit, I'm fucking Stan.
I'm here
Listen,
for
bro.
you. I'm here
Fucking
for
up,
you.
man.
We can do that.
Yo,
I don't mind creating that. If that's what I
you
gotta
do it
do,
well.
you wanna meet on Zoom, whatever you wanna do, bro. I'm
Yeah,
that open door policy and to stay between us. We're gonna get our healing on, and then we're
yeah.
gonna work on some better content for future productions.
There we go, man. I'm fucking down, bro. I'm loving how this year is starting. I got nothing but high hopes, and for all of us, man. I mean, one thing that I definitely, I'm a loyal motherfucker, man. I'm telling you right now,
You
beyond
are.
everything, bro. But like you said, man, I'm looking to come up and bring up people who are good people and who fucking deserve it, man. And yeah, you definitely on that list with me, bro. But instead, man, I definitely wanted to get into
It's time to
love
move
your
in.
story. Yeah, I love your story. I love everything that you've done. I like, where your head is and everything like that. It's a brand new year. So tell me what we got going on now, bro. What's next on who they want?
Well, what's next? I'm doing the impossible again and creating my own line of pod soaps. You feel
Mm,
me?
yep.
Podcast soap operas. It's my new creation and one that just happened to be taking over. It didn't took over without even being like concrete yet. So I got something that I wanted to do called In the Garden with the Bayou. I just dropped a logo for it today, all original work. And what it was going to entail was I'm gonna put it like this. The elements I went from, like, y'all can call me lame if you want, but like I literally didn't get into the whole P Valley till just this week in the midst of being with my writers team and trying to come up with some ideas. But everything that I had already wrote like last week or 2 weeks ago for this project. And then I'm watching P Valley and it has some similarities because of the way I wanted to go with it, with the whole using of a strip club, adult theme type of vibes with it. But then I was like, Nah, I ain't trying to copy them because I'd never seen the show. But then I
Yeah,
did
I've never
have
seen it. I don't even know what P Valley is.
right,
So
but then I do have some cast members I wrote out to be part of the LGBTQT plus community. I had that written into it, and then
got
that
you.
so all these are in that. But the distracted, I was like, okay, so what if we do some Louisiana craziness? Let's make it well. This little set got a voodoo queen manipulating the biggest millionaire in New Orleans in this setting, and he low key running like a drug operation, but his strip club is just a front to move his weight, put that power mix into it. And then, across the street, there's this diner, where everybody meets because next to this diner is a gentleman's club, the Blue Angels Boom Boom Room, and it's old school. It's Claude and Barbara, and they
Yeah.
sitting in and they got Georgette, who's like this, they showgirl. That's how they make money. You got the character I'm looking for you to play, Daymar, got a whole gambling and bootlegging thing going on. All that whole old school premise
Yeah.
inside this Boom Boom Room. And Maximilian on the other side at Club Poison, he don't like that. He ain't feeling this whole, you know, doing that whole vibes of that club still running. Why? Because the woman he fell in love with used to work there. And when she came to him telling him that she was pregnant, she was also hooked on drugs. So he was trying to confront her about being hooked on drugs. But I ain't gonna go too much into it no more. But it's gonna be some
That
mix of
shit sounds
everything.
awesome, yo.
Greed, lies, and whatever it takes to be in the garden of the bayou coming in 2023.
Yo. I cannot fucking wait, man. I am so excited about it too, bro. Yo, listen, I love stuff like that. And I like the fact that you do like you said, man. You want your thing start out as a podcast, and then next thing you know, you're trying to do movies and you writing scripts and you doing it. Listen, man, that's what it's about, bro. The growth from your your original thought process, the
For real.
growth of it. You're not staying stagnant. You like, hey man, this now, this now, this now. You just keeps coming. It doesn't slow down unless you slow down. That shit sounds amazing, man. And it sounds, the thing that I liked about it is you can tell that you have that shit in your head, and it's literally just, yep, it's here. Yep, it's here. I know exactly where I'm going with that shit.
Exactly.
It's
I've
so
been that way since
important
a
for that.
kid, bro. I've been
Yeah,
that
it's
way
so
since a kid.
important.
Sitting
That
in
shit
that
is
same
crazy.
the same backyard, my grandma's backyard, and being that kid hanging out with a cousin, and we find the craziest of sticks that used to be shaped like guns, and we
Mm,
jump on bicycles,
yeah.
and then we got into the rap era. As we got older, we got into the rap thing. We used to plan a screen scenes of us being on the BT award, and my cousin used to just set up. He used to improv. He like, all right, cuz, we just won an award for the #1 album, and we about to get ready to drop a movie, and we on 106 in Park, and go from there. We just improv just random moments. And on the spot,
That's
I do
awesome.
it. So now this vision just was me reopening up that chakra in my brain that I closed off for so long and
Yeah.
go, I want to
Yo,
do this.
it's important, man. It's important, and I'm definitely there to support 1,000,000%, bro. And
Let's do
like
it.
like you said, I'm very similar, man. I literally grew up the same type of way, bro. I was an imagination kid, yo. We played. It wasn't a movie that I didn't see it or a TV show that I didn't watch. Buffy, Power Rangers. We was
Oh,
outside playing that shit like we was them, like literally all the time, man. And then I was a writer when I was a kid. I used to write different stories about the neighborhood kids we would play with. I mean, I would have that. I would turn them in for like extra credit at school, and I was just always into that shit. I was writing movies when I was in 6th grade. Like I was always into this shit, man. And it just turned into like the imagination process turned into like we have it now. Like you said, you just literally are envisioning what your image is. Same thing with movie producers. Same thing with people who are trying to take what they got in here and put it out to the public so you can see it because it's phenomenal. But I do have an understanding of why they're like the movie producers and directors who are really strict and they're really like, hey, I need you to just fucking listen to me because if you listen to me and this goes, it's gonna go this way. Trust me. And you got the people who are like, oh, I don't want to listen to you. I just don't want to do it that way. I don't think it should be done that way. And you don't understand how challenging it is, man. I'm fucking going through it now. I'm telling you right now. You see my energy, bro. Like I'm not quiet, but it's like
no.
I'm trying so hard to not be that type of person, but then it gets frustrating because it's like, damn, I don't want to be this type of person, but damn, I might need to be that person a little bit for this shit. It's
Nah, that's why I
hard to,
said I wanted to implement the old school drama club of I want to hold auditions. I'm gonna
yeah,
have make sure that whatever the writers put together for this particular character that I've tipped you off on, portraying, can you fit this role? What do we need to go back in the lab to make sure that you bring that young and the restless energy to the
yeah,
podcast stream?
yeah, man. Yeah, that's gonna be a big thing. I think that's gonna be fucking awesome. And like I said, bro, I'm a million percent, yo. And if there's anybody I know, like let me know if you're looking for somebody. I know a couple people, man. If you're looking for somebody and you want them to play a role, I know people who would love to do shit like that or whatever. So the best thing
Okay.
is, like you said, just so it be line. So you guys know, it's a podcast soap opera. So how would it be done? Like, are you looking to do it with like kind of like with like videos? Are you editing it, or is it just gonna be like
Oh,
something that comes on?
I'm definitely looking, of course, I want everybody to meet. I'm looking at via Zoom, do some Zooms, do some recordings with the option. You can record on camera if you really want to give some experience, but I'm not going to use the video portions. I'm just going to strictly focus on that audio because I want to bring that old school, growing up, listening to the radio, and this is
Got
what
you.
it is. No more than a 60-minute run per episode and see what the numbers do, and that'll determine what season 2 to whatever's gonna be. Let's kick the door off the hinges with this project.
Yo, I love that even more because the image that I had in my head, we had a guest on, Mr. David Black from Australia.
Okay.
He had on, and he was a movie producer in Australia, pretty well known movie producer, and he actually did his last movie what he was on promoting. He did it via Zoom. It was with the COVID stuff going on, so everybody sent in his their videos for online or whatever, and he put them all together and made a fucking movie out of it. One of the most creative things that I never would have ever thought in my life that I'd be like, yo, you could do that? Like, that's some shit that you see done. And you're like, wait a minute, you could do that? And then you are started a whole nother industry now. You got Zoom fucking movies, and it's possible, man. You could definitely do it in a lot of ways. But to hear your image, that's what I was thinking. I was like, oh man, he's got like things. So people are gonna do one video here, then you'll have another video here. But to do it with the audio. And as soon as you said, yeah, to have it as audio, the first thing I thought in my head was like, yeah, like back in the day, they used to sit back, they used to listen to the radio, and you'd have Batman on, you'd have a whole bunch of different people, the Shadow, remember all that shit
Long
back in the day?
Long Range, even go further back, Lone
Lone Ranger,
Ranger
yup.
and all them things, man.
Yeah, man.
I wanna bring back that old school feeling, but then bring that new era, Tyler Perry vibes, that have and the have not, some drama
Listen, I think
type
that's
thing.
phenomenal, man. I think that's fucking phenomenal. Yo, listen, we got a whole marketing business that we just started that's really going crazy. And listen, Stead, I'm just gonna tell you straight up. Listen, I don't care about money. I don't care about none of that. When you get this shit going, I am fucking promoting it, bro. Don't worry about anything. I got you. I am
I
promoting it like it's
appreciate that.
like it's like I did it. I think
I
it's an
appreciate
amazing
it.
idea. I believe in you, bro. I definitely am promoting it. So Beeline, get ready. You know where I'm at. I throw shit everywhere. You ain't not
I know
seeing my
that's
shit.
right. I know that right. See, that's what I
You
love
ain't
about
not
this
seeing my shit.
brotherhood, this La Familia club that
Yeah,
we're
man.
building, that we're taking into the new year, that we're gonna keep going. Like I'm not one of them, oh, I did a few shows, he did a few shows, and then you get out of sync with each other and bygones
Nah,
be bygones. I'm like, nah, some people you can instantly connect with, that you
very
build
true.
foundations that are part
Yeah,
of this tapestry for the next generation to come up under us and
yeah,
go, I want to do it because those gentlemen got together and do it. You know,
yeah.
us even planning the events that we finna get ready to rock out for the New Year's Bash events and all these. So, like, who honestly really think about doing something like that as a content creator? Because
For
everybody's
real.
waiting on NBC, Fox, and Steve Harvey or whoever to stand there, and you got more commercials than you got them actually doing whatever they're gonna do.
Yo, I said it this year with the Thanksgiving special, man. The Macy's Day Parade is a tradition since I was little ass baby. I watched the Macy's Day Parade every single
Never
Thanksgiving,
missed
9
a
o'clock
beat with
a.m.
them. Yeah, that's right.
Never. When I watched this one this year, I'm telling you right now, it was one of the most boring Thanksgiving Day parades I don't know what happened. They didn't dance outside. And you know what's crazy? They danced outside in the snow before. It was like warm over there, so it wasn't even that cold. They didn't dance outside. They had inside performance. I was like, what the fuck is going on, man? But it was boring. The cast and the host and stuff was boring. I literally was saying, instead, I was like, yo, listen, I'll take that mic. Give me a microphone. Give me a trial run. Whatever you want. I'll do it from my house, from my couch. I'll be the most entertaining motherfucking parade
that you ever had in your
ever
life.
fucking seen in your life. Please give me a chance, because this shit is hard to watch right now, man. But like you just said, man,
we're gonna do something like that. We're gonna make that. I ain't lying though.
listen,
Get a couple of artists, we know people in the industries, have some things intimate. We're gonna take a quick intermission, enjoy this new track by our man so and so,
there
and
you go.
then we back to the thing.
Yo, let's do giant, humongous, enormous things this year, bro. I'm definitely down. Stead, it's been a fucking honor having you on and talking with you, bro. I cannot wait for us to, do the New Year special. Guys, you already seen it, but can't wait for you to do that shit, man. It's gonna be fucking phenomenal. But Beeline. Definitely make sure you go follow this man. I'm going to put all his information in the bottom here. You know where the chat goes, where it always goes. Got amazing plans. You're going to see Stead back on, man. We're going to do a lot more group discussion, especially live on the lines, and we're going to be talking it up. I hope you guys are loving the content. I hope you guys are loving what we're doing, man. And here, the message. I mean, I always got to, I was having a message, so I'm sure to, hey, listen, wait, Stead. I got one new thing. Yo, listen, you're going to be my test. You're going to be my test guy right here, all right?
Let's go.
I got a new thing. We got a new thing we're doing here on the Beeline. We're gonna do this thing. It's called Straight to the Dome. A couple different segments that we're gonna put on. This is gonna be one of them. It's the first one I got. So what it is, the plan is we have 45 seconds. It's gonna be kind of like a Family Feud thing. And 45 seconds, I'm gonna give you 6 questions. This time I'm gonna do 5 because I didn't get 6 times. We're gonna start with 5, but I think it's a perfect opportunity. So you got to try to go as fast as you can. You don't want to think too much. You want to think just enough to get it. If you get all 5,
comes up, one comes out. Got it.
There you go. Yeah. So all right, it's really basic because I'm starting it off. Be like, yo, this is gonna be some new shit. We doing it all. All the guests coming on. All right, so we're gonna hit 45 seconds. I'm gonna kind of just count it out as I'm doing it. Ready, set, go. All right, set. What's your favorite food?
Pizza.
What's your favorite color?
Red.
How many pets have you had in your life?
2.
2 pets. And you find $1,000. Are you keeping it or are you returning it?
Keeping.
Last movie that you watched?
Last movie that I watched, Twister.
I got it. I made the questions too easy. So you were good. Yeah, you were good. All right, so you got the floors. I hope you guys all liked it. Yo, listen, we're gonna do stuff. We doing stuff like that. Yo, we taking risks. I'm telling you right now, Stan was the test subject on this one.
I love it though. That was
we gonna have some fucking fun on this show this week. Yo, definitely thank you guys so much for tuning in once again. I love you guys so much, man. If you haven't already, man, make sure you like, share, subscribe, leave y'all comments. Go check my man Stead out. Wait for the damn pod soap opera. I'm fucking excited, baby. I'm loving it, yo. I'm so ready to get going this year. Beeline, stay true, stay positive, pay attention, baby. And we out. People, check out these amazing promotions that we have this week on the Beeline Entertainment LLC. And if you're interested in promoting on our shows, we want to see it. We know you have amazing content. Just hit us up. Send us a message. We there. Check it out. People, the Beeline Entertainment LLC is proudly sponsored by Round Guys Brewing Company. That's right. Get amazing crafted beers shipped straight to you. Round Guys Brewing Company. Check them out today at the link below.
Yes, you are. Yes, you are. Yes, you